because her critics have been heard. She's gone through the process of getting heated up over social media and people belittling her offensive skills. She can't be in denial of it. She's having to deal with the fact, I'm going to keep forcing these shots up. They're going to keep getting blocked. I'm going to keep missing all of the rim and throwing these bricks up. And therefore, I'm going to give people more ammo to make fun of me over social media.
Yep, fall
and
back.
Reese, being smart, is tapping out. Is saying, you know what, I got to adjust my game. Ending the feud with Caitlin Clark would serve Angel Reese best. I want to be a supporter. I want to compete against Caitlin Clark. But I also want to show respect and appreciation and love for Caitlin Clark. That would serve Angel Reese best in the long run.
Jason Whitlock congratulates Angel Reese for finally admitting she'll never be better than Caitlin Clark. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
I watch the WNBA, as you guys know, and as we talked about at the top of the show. And last night I watched the fourth quarter of the Chicago Sky, their first victory over the Dallas Wings. It was Angel Reese versus Paige Beckers, two players the WNBA would love to hype up into big stars. There are people out there, Paige Beckers is going to be the best player in the league, and Angel Reese is this and Angel Reese is that, as I told you earlier in the show. But it actually turned into a game about, Carmela Cardosa, I think scored a career-high 23 points last night, and the Chicago Sky got their first victory. And I saw a video of people making fun of Angel Reese. That she went 2 of 6 from the field. I think had 9 rebounds, scored 6 points last night, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. People were making fun of Angel Reese. She had a couple of bricks and a couple of shots getting blocked. And I saw a couple of different feeds pointing this out. One of them's like, look, here she is with the crossover, and then there was another one talking about here she is with the hezzy, and then womp, 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 she gets her shot blocked. But having watched particularly the fourth quarter of this game, Angel Reese actually showed true progress and self-awareness. She only took 6 shots. I'm not being remotely sarcastic.
I think Angel Reese knows by now she's not a good WNBA player. She has the celebrity. She has the fame. She's good on social media. She doesn't have too much clothes on social media. She'll twerk. That's her lane. Be decent enough to be a basketball player, but you're not really like a WNBA legend. She'll go down as a WNBA social media legend, like, yeah, I'm going to twerk, I'm going to do my thing on social media, but that's pretty much it. So as far as the whole Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, I think people can put that to bed now. Caitlin Clark proved that she's great on social media, but she's even better in the WNBA, so she's a legend. She saved the WNBA. Angel Reese, hopefully she stops hating. Concede to Caitlin Clark. It's okay. You'll never be better than her. Your best bet is to team up. Request a trade to the Indiana Fever. This is the best way for her to save herself on social media as far as the negative backlash and her hating on Caitlin Clark. What better way to silence the noise is request a trade to the Indiana Fever. I think the WNBA, they'll love that. They tried to make a rivalry. It didn't work because Angel Reese sucks. Why not join forces, and that'll be a new narrative. 2 rivals are teammates now, and maybe they win a WNBA championship. She can ride the coattails of Caitlin Clark to win that ring. That's her best bet. But other than that, Angel Reese sucks, and stick to social media.
I'm not saying, thank God she figured out not to shoot. I'm more saying, hey, this is great. She's figured out she's not an offensive player, and she's more of a role player, a rebounder, a distributor, screen setter. And they figured out a way to feed the ball to Cardosa, their 6'7" center, who does have some offensive skills. This is progress. And I want for people to understand where the progress has come from. I'm giving Angel Reese credit, but I also want to give her critics credit. And why I keep saying that criticism is the key to development. And that when you try to protect people from criticism, you're actually giving them arrested development.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, all the people that support Angel Reese, they're just going to try to make it a racial thing. Why are people hating on this black woman? but they need to be like, look, people, yeah, they're going to hate. That's a part of life. That's a part of social media and the fame that you got. But you really need to work on your game. You're not a main star in the WNBA and even on your own team, the Chicago Sky. The Cardoza chick, it looks like she's really the staple of the Chicago Sky. So from a talent perspective, they can get rid of Angel Reese, but on the social media end, maybe they may keep her around just to bring some eyes and ears to that team and their social media presence. But they got talent on that team. They might as well get rid of Angel Reese. And yeah, maybe the noise may quiet down. Stop defending Angel Reese. Tell her the truth. She's not a good WNBA player. Lisa Leslie, no matter what you think about her, she told the truth. Like, you're pretty much trash in the nicest way. We got to work on some offensive skills in the offseason. It didn't work. It backfired. Maybe Lisa Leslie was like, you know what? You're trash, and I'm not even going to try to waste my time and help you out. It's not going good. So Angel Reese will stick to social media, barely wear clothes, and you'll be all right. Things will work out. You'll get your money in. You'll make ends meet.
Why,
Simple.
at least for one night, and at least for any victory, has Angel Reese said, you know what? I'm not some great offensive player. Let me quit forcing shots up. Let me do these other things that help us win. Why is she doing that? Because her critics have been heard. She's gone through the process of getting heated up over social media and people belittling her offensive skills. She can't be in denial of it. She's having to deal with the fact, I'm going to keep forcing these shots up. They're going to keep getting blocked. I'm going to keep missing all of the rim and throwing these bricks up. And therefore, I'm going to give people more ammo to make fun of me over social media.
Yep, fall
Angel
back.
Reese, being smart, is tapping out. It's saying, you know what? I got to adjust my game.
I like how Jason Whitlock being petty, but at the end of the day, it's real, man. Listen to your critics. Sometimes, people going to tell you the real. People in your corner, they're not going to really give you the truth like that. They're going to try to, work around it, move the goalposts, like keep shooting. Eventually they'll go in. They're not going in at the level that she wants her shots to go in. She's getting rebounds. That's cool. A double-double machine. But at the end of the day, it's not working out on the offensive end. Just try to play defense, get, the occasional rebound, and just, be on social media. Help promote your team. Help promote the WNBA. That's the only reason why she'll be a player for years to come, only because of her social media presence. But as far as her play on the court, yeah, she's trash and she knows it. Listen to the people. Listen to your critics, the quote-unquote haters, and maybe she'll have a decent career.
We're 0-4 to start the season. We looked uncompetitive. People are starting to rip me and this team. Let me show some self-awareness. Let me adjust my game. Let me play in a way that befits my actual skill set. This is why we have to allow athletes, black, white, whatever color, to be criticized. If we protect them from criticism, if we explain all criticism of them as some form of racism, they then are allowed to ignore their critics and they never adjust and develop.
Yeah, then you got people like Ryan Clark that want to, question RG3 just because of his take on Angel Reese. Every time that Angel Reese is, quote-unquote, being attacked by her critics, they try to make it a black and white thing, a woman empowerment thing, and they just try to spin the whole narrative. They're really trying to make this whole Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese thing more than what it really is. Yeah, they tried to make it a rivalry and it didn't work. And then if the critics get a little too loud for Angel Reese, she'll have people defend her and try to make it a racial thing. So at the end of the day, you got to be able to criticize these athletes. Yeah, some people gonna hate. Some people may be a little extra. I'm being a little extra right now, but at the same time, Angel Reese is not a good player. If you don't want me to call her trash, that's cool, but she's not a good player. She has to know her role. Maybe she can be a version of a Dennis Rodman, just get rebounds, play defense. But as far as being an offensive player, she's not going to be good at that. And I think she's finally starting to realize that. You'll never be better than Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese is going through the process.
She know it.
Ryan Clark and all these other people that think it's their job to protect Angel Reese from all criticism and protect all black women from criticism.
They spinning it.
You're arresting their development. They'll never improve. That's why, again, criticism is a form of love. When people quit criticizing, what they're saying is, I have no faith and belief in you to change and progress. It's why, even when my critics are misguided, I still try to appreciate and understand where they're coming from, because I know, hey, they must have a sincere interest in me. And there's a chance that I may miss something, and they may have caught something that is worthy of me paying attention to that form of criticism.
Yeah, oftentimes your critics are going to tell you the truth. The people around you, again, they're going to try to prop you up. They're going to try to, it's going to be okay. Ignore the haters. But sometimes your critics, they can be real too. Yeah, you're going to have people within the crowd that are just going to say some crazy stuff. But for the most part, with Ainge Reese, people are letting her know, like, you're not a good NBA player. You're never going to be better than Caitlin Clark. You're not an offensive threat. You're a little taller than her, a little stronger, and that's pretty much it. And you're good on social media. That's what she's good at right now. So I'm glad she's finally starting to realize, like, let me lessen my shots. Let me not shoot too much, because the more that she shoots, the more her teammates get less engaged. People are walking back on defense while she's missing a bunch of shots for like 5 minutes straight. So at the end of the day, man, Ainge Reese, take a step back, go through all the quote-unquote hate comments and really try to up your game a little bit. You're not going to be a good offensive player. Maybe you'll make a timely rebound and maybe a putback. But other than that, stay on social media, do your thing, promote the game, promote the WNBA. They need all the promotion as possible. And stop hating on Caitlin Clark. Maybe she'll teach you how to play basketball one day.
So, Angel Reese,
real talk.
I'm telling you, I'm rooting for you. I really am. And so I hope that you hear the critics, RG3 and others, that are saying, like, hey, you have this irrational hate of Caitlin Clark, and you think it serves you. You think it's making you money. And maybe it is making you money, but it's also going to keep you in the crosshairs of irrational critics, and it's also painting a bad image of you.
Exactly.
So I hope you listen to those critics as well. The feud, the alleged rivalry with Caitlin Clark, it does not serve you. It serves content creators. It serves racial idolaters. It serves people that want to use you while pretending like they're your BFF and they have your best interest. A Ryan Clark, he gets to make content off of you and the feud between you and Caitlin Clark and her fans. But Angel, you can have a successful WNBA career as a rebounder, as a defensive player, as a facilitator offensively for others, and again, with your tenacity as a rebounder to score some points, have a successful WNBA career. You've already got a brand that people are paying attention to.
To get into the money?
I'm ending the feud with Caitlin Clark would serve Angel Reese best. If she pivoted and went the other route of, hey, you know what? I want to be a supporter. I want to compete against Caitlin Clark, but I also want to show respect and appreciation and love for Caitlin Clark. That would serve Angel Reese best in the long run.
If she falls back, just admit, you know what? I was hating on Caitlin Clark. People kept talking about her, and she's a female. She's going to be overly emotional, but she's young. She's growing up, so hopefully she realized, like, look, I'm never going to be better than Caitlin Clark, especially on offense, as a better overall player. Yeah, I may twerk and do my thing on social media, so at least I'm better than her at that, but Caitlin Clark isn't chasing social media attention that way, and she has a huge audience, and she saved the WNBA, so hopefully Angel Reese will listen to her critics, stop calling it hate, and the people like Ryan Clark and Angel Reese defenders, don't try to make it a racial thing. Don't try to make it look like people are hating on black women. Shout out to black women. I ain't no hater. But at the end of the day, if someone's not playing good, if they're trash on the court, on the field, or whatever, I'm going to call it like it is, and they'll have some stuff to say about me as well. That's how it is when you're on social media. When you're in the public eye, people are going to criticize you. People are going to have stuff to say. So shout out to Angel Reese for finally admitting she'll never be better than Caitlin Clark.